So as you can see, before we get into this, I'm using a Stay Wet palette, something I use all of the time in my other acrylic painting. That way I can mix up my paints, I can put the lid on, and I can come back the next day and pick up where I left off. So I start off by just mixing up a limited colour palette of ultramarine blue, burnt umber, yellow, crimson and a little bit of orange and titanium white. I also have a big tub of Golden's titanium white. I also have a tear off palette that I use for colour mixing. So I just begin to start to break up the sky with whites, and I put in some clouds around the horizon line, but I'm not really liking it. It's not really doing it for me, so I give up on that actually. And I go in and I start to darken up the darkest darks. So in a painting you have the darkest darks and the lightest lights, and I always try and concentrate on those areas to make sure that they are really enhancing, so they're as dark as they can be and the lightest lights are as light as they can be, so they really stand out. And you can see here I've gone back to the sky, I've mixed up a blue, and I'm beginning to make that sky a solid colour, which is all very well in fluid art, but I'm losing the edge of my lovely balloon kisses. So at this point I'm kind of thinking, nearly gave up, but no, I thought I'm not going to let it beat me, so I carried on. So I mix up some more blue and I go back in and I just start working on that skyline and the flowers, pulling the flowers out again. Mixing up an olive green, making sure the greens are as dark as they can be. Not dark, that's the wrong word, as solid as they can be. Okay, so we're outside. What do I say about this painting? It has been really grown, well, it's grown from an acrylic painting, acrylic fluid art, to being a bit of a mixture of brush work as well. I did a couple of time lapses, but I didn't film everything that I did on this, and in fact I ended up putting it back on the easel to work on the foreground. You can see, I don't know if you can see that, I completely changed the sky. They were, what were they? I did it dry actually, with some pearl and a balloon. They actually look like, what are those flowers? Dandelions, you know, when you blow them and they float up into the sky. The pearl really stands out, which I'm really pleased at against the dark greens. There's a lot of brush work in the foreground there. So what I really tried to achieve, let me just move the camera around. There we go. Really tried to achieve some depth in this painting. So we have the yellow flowers in the middle with the brighter stems underneath, then fading out either side are the darker areas. I had to work a lot on the skyline, you know, where the balloon, initially the balloon rolls were. So this has been bit of a challenge, but there you go. It's not always a quick process. Don't be fooled by some of the videos that you see, because sometimes a painting can quite literally go on for a long time. Thanks for watching.